Yes, the Tokyo real estate man. And today we are on, actually, this is on the Instagram platform. There's a lot of great sort of pages that introduce great real estate deals to people in Japan. And uh, I'm happy to look at them every day. And this one house came up here in Nagahama Shiga, and the write up was really good. What did it say here? Huge find. I just found a traditional Japanese home 50 minutes away from Lake Biwa, and it can be yours for just over $30,000. And they're right. And I just recently actually sold a house to a person who bought a place in Otsu, which is right on the shore of Lake Biwa near Kyoto. And when Lake Biwa, however, is a very big place, and you'll see when we look at the map here. And I'm actually gonna I'm not trying to douse people's energy on these sort of empty homes in Japan because I really get it. Like I live here in Vancouver, and I understand the over financialized aspect of the international real estate market and how people are just looking for options or for I mentioned the word cultural reasons the other day. I don't do we is it really cultural? But the amount of drugs that are here on the streets, for example, of the West, right? They're awash. This place is awash with drugs. Okay, whether it be marijuana stores that you can purchase, it's just awash with drugs. And I understand there's an idea that people want to escape this for financial reasons, or maybe it's cultural reasons, or maybe people want to go on an adventure. Anyhow, this is a very beautiful house here in Nagahama Shiga, and we'll go through the pictures. And I understand why you'd like it. This is actually very nice. You'll see that, like this in the foundation here, you see concrete here, and these are steel beams going across. So I understand what there is to like about it. I liked it myself. And then I came here to look into it further, and you see kitchens and a system bath. Certainly, I love the pink toilet, and I love pink tile. This is a great design, having tile here. Like hit the wall with your pee, and you can just clean it off. It's just great. It's a great design with the garage. Um, but the sort of red pill that I wanted to sort of throw, I guess, or throw sort of fire over this. We could start on this picture. It's a really beautiful picture is because it's how remote this place is. And I did come in. I'm not going to forget to share my tab. And this is the city of Nagahama right here. And it's nestled up here on the, I guess, what would be the northeastern shore of Lake Biwa. And certainly it'd be very beautiful here by the beach and everything like that. And um, having spent a lot of time in Japanese small towns, and particularly Tokomachi in Niigata, where my wife is from, I can tell you, you would really want for nothing. I guarantee that this place is totally serviced very well by the supermarkets, and there'll be convenience stores and gasoline. Everything will be there. There's no question about that. Uh, However, these kind of towns are definitely still in economic depression, and this is where you're seeing the population decline. You're seeing the population go up. People are leaving here and they're going to Kyoto and they're going to Osaka. That's where Osaka and Tokyo and Kyoto, the population is going up, and that's the reason. And this is the kind of place where it is. I'm not going to use the word dying because I don't believe it's dying, but maybe just going back to what its normal, natural carrying capacity was. So you're going to be challenged economically when you're in places like this, and certainly though you can just we can pop in a little bit closer. It's good. And I would say to you, as a person who can speak Japanese very well, 本当に私は日本語の会話全然問題ない。何でもいいよ。I can talk about anything in Japanese that you'd like to. I think if your Japanese isn't really good, and you got to keep in mind that in this place, they're not going to be speaking like the Tokyo dialect. They're going to be speaking probably a Shiga Ben, okay? And yeah, I mean, you can learn all this. It's not as if you can't learn. You can even see like this town. For as much as I'm trying to douse, I'm sitting here trying to douse the flames of why you don't want to go there. But I'm like, oh, there's a super mall and there's everything there. There's just look, there's a mall here, and there's a beautiful park here along the lake. I'm trying to douse you, but I can see the reasons why I'd like to go there too. Uh, However, the other reason is I just think that if you go into these places where there's less demand because the population is going down, uh, you're just going to have less options. Let's say 2 years later, I don't like my life. I moved here to Nagahama Shiga and I don't like my life. Uh, if there's not sort of like a underlying higher sort of demand. That's what's so tricky about the real estate game in Japan is that you have to be going into markets if you want U-turn ability. Certainly, if you want to buy any of these places here for a cheap price and get it, and you're fine with holding it, that's fine too. But if you're looking for options and a U-turn ability, you have to be going into options with or markets with higher demand. And we can see that when we come here, and I'm not going to forget to share the tab, uh, when we see that there is a lot of we'll be looking at this one here. I'm going to bring this one up. There's two listings in here that I want to bring up. The first listing was that was for sale here on the Instagram was for 500 months, so a little bit up from here. And you can see, relatively speaking, compared to this one, it's definitely a nicer house. This one is 400. This one is 300. This one is 298. Okay, you see, it's full of this stuff. And the reason it's cheap is that nobody wants it. We'll be looking at this one too, because this is a fascinating listing that we'll be looking at. I'm going to bring up some interesting stuff with it. Uh, but however, if there's going to be some neighborhood in Nagahama that's better than others where people want to be, and well, certainly there's a nice house for looks to be 700 right there. Yeah, I mean, but what I want to tell you is uh, these are not selling likely because like no one wants them. I mean, something like this is going to go. This is nice, 134 meters. It's going to be more up to date. Anyway, let's go here and look at a couple of these listings. And yeah, this is a really interesting one. This is the one first for 230. So what is that? We can't even. I can't even do a calculation on that. That's going to be like $15,000. Okay, for this one. Okay, and it's not in terrible condition. It's not. Look, it's halfway nice. Okay, and I went here. I went here down here to check on some of the details on the listing, and this is where it is. It's in Nagahama. The stuff that I'm looking for. Originally, the stuff was here on Instagram in Nagahama, and then I started to search around here in the marketplace in Nagahama, and you can see that it's like just what would that probably be 2 or 3 kilometers here from the beach, and then there's 3 supermarkets right here, so you can imagine here on this road it would be all these sort of the what's known in Japanese as chain ten. And then if we go to satellite picture, that'll be indicated that this is sort of the main strip. And it's just you're on the edge of the city here in agricultural, the sort of hinterland of Nagahama right there. And then you can see as you get closer to the beach, it's likely that it is going to be a little bit more urbanized, or am I wrong? Yeah, there you go. Where was that? I guess we're even away from the middle of Nagahama. But anyway, this is kind of what the characteristics of this market. And what is really fascinating about this house is it is a rental unit. And I kid you not, this one here, and it's actually numbers wise, it is producing or yielding 15% because this house is rented right now. You see this right here? Here's the yield. This is okay, Rimawari, and this is 15.65%. And it's bringing in this is like a Nenkan Yote Shinryo Shunu is going to be 36,000 yen a year or 30,000 yen per month. It's a 6K, 213 meters on 237 meters of land, built in 1962. Has parking, of course, and it's free. It's so interesting that this is, I mean, you're buying a rental property. You really want to buy something like this as a rental property that's going to bring an income of 30,000 that's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, man. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. What this is the sort of red pill. Like I understand about trying to buy one of these as even like a second home or something like that, but I think it's better to go into stronger markets and get your first place so that you have optionality in a few years. Okay. Now we'll look at the other one that I really liked. It looked pretty good. There's not very good many pictures with it, but I do like the look of it in that it's a traditional house. And I get the people uh, uh, who like this, and I understand that there's some people on YouTube that have come in and rebuilt these things and established Airbnbs. I think that's like their hustle and stuff like that. I really respect it, but I guess I'm just gonna douse a little bit of red pill. If you're coming, I would say maybe the only thing I would say if your family is from Nagahama, that's a good reason to come here and buy something. But I don't know. I don't know if it's such a good move. I think something like this. This house was going for a little bit more, the same price though, 480 man. Okay, 30 basically 30,000 US dollars. I think like this, something like this, you'd want to get as a second home. And then you want your first place that you're going to get in Japan to be in a stronger economic market, just so you have options. Anyway, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man. I guess I'm going to call it Akiya Red Pill, and just talking about the things that you'd be up against. Like, what would you do here for the economy here? The reason the prices are cheaper in areas like this, as you hear the garbage truck outside my apartment here, uh, is because there's just a lack of economic opportunity, and people are fleeing this town. The young people are fleeing this town and going to other urban centers looking for opportunity. Uh, Maybe I could be wrong about that, but I just wanted to talk about this and have a little red pill discussion about it. Anyway, if you're interested in real estate in Japan, you can always go to my website, the Tokyo Real Estate Man. We have a contact box, but I'm not sure that's always working. So, failing that, you can always just send me an email here, bjmccullough@yahoo.com. Anyways, another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man, putting out some flames, dousing some flames, or just feeding some red pill. Anyway, Tokyo Real Estate Man、いつもこのチャンネルを応援する人がありがとうございます。すいません。動画